Good morning and welcome again to the AM show. This is the news review segment. Samuel Kojo Brace and I are here to steer the conversations for you this morning. And our guest joining us in studio to help us review the newspapers, Matthew Nyindam, Member of Parliament for Kwanda. He joins us. And later, we'll have Nana Achapim Janto also join us. Sir, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, my dear. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm good.
How did you spend your Valentine weekend?
That's okay. I'm not a fan of Valentine, but
right.
That's okay. We will try wishing some few people. Some few people also try wishing us. But it's okay.
You distributed some chocolate?
To my kids.
Okay.
But outside, I didn't get anybody to give.
You could have given it to me.
Maybe
next year.
How to find you was a problem.
Right.
Maybe next year.
Yeah.
I think Valentine, the theme or the focus on ensuring that we consume more chocolate is in a great direction because, you know, it gives the children, all of us, the chance to acquire the taste for chocolate, which means that our Ghana cocoa, which is then transformed into chocolate, will get the market. So I think that on Chocolate Day, maybe we should add chocolate to everything that we share on that particular day.
I think it's a good call. You know, from the start, when they started introducing this chocolate thing, it gives the market, it booms. Yeah. When you go out, everybody's trying to buy chocolate.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a good thing. It's just that the prices, obviously when demand
goes up,
obviously prices will rise. And I think that's where we have to look at. The prices are a bit going up and it's not everybody who can afford to buy chocolate at that price.
Anyway, before we get into the newspapers, any topical issue caught your attention you want to reflect on? You have a minute and a half or so to do that. We usually give our guests some time to reflect before we get into the papers. So.
Reflect?
Yeah.
Topical issue?
Yeah.
Anything on your mind this morning?
Well, not really.
Okay.
Just to appeal for calm in Bawku and all those things. I think that's the only thing.
All right. So, Kojo, let me start with the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Okay. On the front, it says, let's restore lasting peace to Bawku as Santihini appeals to factions. President Mahama calls for justice, equity for Africans, and work on Tamale water supply to commence. Works and Housing Minister said 9 dead, 15 injured in Wale Wale road crash. That's a really sad one. And let's start from there. At least 9 people have been confirmed dead, with 15 others sustaining injuries in a gory accident which occurred on the Tamale-Bogatanga highway. And the accident, which took place at the Wale Wale stretch of the highway in the northeast region on Friday afternoon, involved a Mercedes Mini Sprinter bus with registration number so-and-so. That's rather unfortunate. And then government imposes curfew on Wale Wale surrounding cities, communities following persistent attack. The Minister for Interior over the weekend imposed a curfew on Wale Wale and its surrounding communities in the West Mampusi municipality of the Northeast region. And the decision followed the advice from the Northeast Regional Security Council. And in a statement issued by the Ministry of Interior, signed by the Minister Alhaji Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak, said the curfew enforced by executive instrument would be in effect from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. daily, starting Saturday, February 15th, 2025. Sir, here we are. This is the story, what's happening in Bawku. You started by saying you're calling for calm. But this curfew, is this what we need? Is this
No, not
help?
really. No, I don't think that is what we need. In the first place, let me say good morning to your viewers. Then a special good morning to the people of Kwanda. And to appeal once again for calm in these areas. It's unfortunate. It's really, really unfortunate that as a proud Northerner, all the time, most news we receive from the northern part of this country is not a good one. I remember over the weekends I was with one boy in the saloon where he said that why is it that people in the northern region like fighting like that? I was hurt, but I decided to control myself. In actual sense, we are very peaceful people, love peace. But unfortunately, sometimes the news that we receive is not a good one. In the first place, let's all condemn what is going on, but let's assess the issues. I spoke to a very reliable person, and the issue is that for some time now, there's been some kind of ambush, let me take it that way. When buses are coming from Bawku and they get to some stretch of Walwale, some people attack the buses and then they burn them. So because of that, there was curfew that was imposed, I think, in February or something, or January.
Yeah.
Something like that. But unfortunately, the attacks are done during the day. It's not the nights. So the people currently think that if you renew the curfew, it means that some people are sleeping on their job because the attacks are not in the night. So why are you imposing curfew on us?
Okay.
You see their reasoning. The attacks are during the day, and the curfews are supposed to be in the night. So it means that if the police people or the military or a combined team, if they are really doing their right policing, they should be able to apprehend the people. So if you impose curfew from 6 in the morning, 6 in the evening, they think that you are unduly punishing them.
But is this not known to the Ministry of Interior and the security forces?
That is where we are all disabled to talk extensively, because this has to do with security matters. But the information some of us have gotten reliably is that the attacks are done during the day.
Right.
So if you don't fish out the people and you just say everybody go and sleep from 6 to 6, the youth are concerned. And there have been some attacks on I think the regional minister within the week or something, because there was a conversation and then I'm sure the youth also took the law into their own hands. And that's why it's from 6 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's the information we've gathered.
Okay. Quick thoughts?
But in such instances, how can we get all the players in this conflict to say, call a truce, for example, to try to rebuild our communities?
My brother, it's a very huge task. We all love peace, but somebody will say without justice, obviously there cannot be peace. And if you want to talk about Bawku, I'm sure it's an ancient kind of thing. But we are all praying and asking our colleagues, what is it that one cannot give out? Because we are the same people. If you go to Bawku, those who are fighting, they are siblings. You get this family married to this family also married to this family. So I can be a Kusasi, but my mother is a Mamprisi. I get what I'm saying. So there is absolute connection, relationship between these people. But it has to do with authority, who takes over or who owns that particular place. But as I sit here, my brother, I don't think I have that capacity. But we beg and we appeal to good conscience. And like Otunfo and all those eminent chiefs that have been asked to go into proper negotiation, proper interaction, and at least try to find some kind of lasting solution to this particular issue. It's predating all of us, this Bawku conflict. It's an ancient thing. We grew up, I'm sure it's even older than the president, if you want to take when this Bawku issue started. So it's not an easy task, but I think that when the eminent chiefs sit up and truly want to look at the facts and look, if you are wrong, you are wrong. There cannot be two people who can be right at the same time. Yeah. One can be wrong at a point, but maybe going forward, you also have your right. But when these two families comes together, we should be able to get a lasting solution to this. But the serious issue is we the politicians. Are we able to take away politics from this? Until the people themselves realize that, look, if we don't take politics out of this, we will not see peace. We will never see peace. Because as for politicians, our interest is to get the votes. So whatever I'll come and say, whatever I'll come and do, what the lies I can come and tell for you to vote for me, I will do that. But after that, am I able to give you what you want? So if the people themselves don't look at politicians very well and then decide to distinguish the conflict issues from the politics, it will be very difficult for the chiefs and eminent people that are going in to be able to create a solution.
But you politicians who have conscience,
we do,
who can read between the lines and say, I know that if I say A yes. and do B, this will be the result. Why don't you also then, when you know that you have a stake in this, try to change the way you do things about this whole conflict to try and resolve
My
it?
brother, I am totally with you, but it's not everybody who uses good conscience. It's not everybody who apply good conscience. See, when it comes to elections, it's an emotional thing. Okay? So whatever somebody will do to get power, he will do it. He will lie to you. Okay? The onus also lies on the people themselves. See, MPP has come, NDC has come, MPP has come. The stories they keep telling you, you should be able to tell yourself that, look, these people, for some reasons, are using us for their political gains. Are you getting what I'm saying? But, like Radley said, we are also human beings. The people that are dying are our people, our sisters, our brothers. But why are we not also stopping and taking away politics completely from this chieftaincy thing? It's a very difficult thing. But I think that the people themselves are the people that can help themselves. Okay. Yes.
You said you tell lies. What lies did you tell in your way to get to Parliament?
As I sit here.
Yeah, no, I mean, yes. Yeah.
You mean, what lie did I tell the people of Parliament?
Exactly. You said politicians, you tell lies and all of that.
I am not that type, but there are certain things you say honestly that you may not be able to fulfill. So if you are not able to fulfill them, in a way.
So for yours, which was?
I'm not doing my 4 years. Let's see what happens.
Right.
For now, I wouldn't be able to tell. But after the 4 years, okay. I will know which of them that I'll call lies.
Okay. Let's do some more stories from the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Illegal miners invade Asante Hene's concession. That's a rather tragic one. The Asante Hene Otumfuo 32 has called for a multifaceted approach to addressing illegal mining in the country, and he expressed grave concern about the invasion of his mining concession at Ekropong by illegal miners, which he said has caused significant environmental damage. And then let me add 3 more stories so that we can just conclude on this paper. World's first openly declared gay imam shot dead in South Africa. That's on international front, yeah. Hussein Hendricks, a pioneering figure dubbed the world's first openly gay imam, has been shot dead in South Africa, and he was 57 years old, a cleric, and he ran a mosque in Cape Town. It was intended to be a safe haven for gay and other marginalized Muslims, but here we are. And this is just information for the public. NSA adopts Ghana.gov platform for payment revenue collection. And one last story, Ghana IMF engaged on recent macroeconomic developments. The 4th review of the country's extended credit facility arrangements with the IMF is expected to be undertaken in April this year. Ghana has so far accessed approximately $1.92 billion in total disbursements under the IMF-supported ECF arrangement. And on we go. So when they conclude that meeting and review in April, we'll be getting another tranche of money. Yeah. So, what do you make of these 3 stories? First, the invasion of Asante Hene's mining concession by illegal miners. World's first openly gay man, imam shot dead. You can reflect on that if you like. And then, of course, the NSA adopting Ghana Gov, and then IMF. Which of these?
Well, the Galamsey matter. Yeah. I'm sure that when it comes to the fight of Galamsey, Joy has been doing very well with your reporter. Is it Erastus?
Erastus
Asaridonko.
Yeah.
Have they rewarded him?
Is also part.
Have they rewarded him?
Yeah, he got a gold medal.
Even with the state award.
Yeah.
He's doing very well. I just hope that he will not be doing that when one government is there and then the next day he stops.
Erastus.
But
he started drawing.
But even since NDC came to power, he's done a number of them reporting on. He was even beaten by
he's the
people.
one. Yeah.
He's doing so well. To be honest with you, he's doing so well. But this Galamsey thing, are we able to stop it?
I think these guys are brave.
Very brave to the extent that they've gone to the old man's place, the whole Asante Hene.
Yeah.
His concession, they want to take over.
Yeah.
You see, when we don't deal with this issue head on, and then, like, I go back again to politics, where every government thinks that, or the people think that when their government is in power, they have to take control over everything. We are not going to get solutions to these particular challenges. Look, the fact that your party is elected does not mean the country is for you. No. So if you're an NDC man and the NDC party is elected to govern the affairs of this country, it doesn't mean Ghana is for the people of NDC. So Otumfuo and his people, his chiefs, he's a very powerful chief. He controls almost every single person in Ashanti. And I think that the chiefs themselves, so a lot of them have compromised in this fight against Ghana.
We saw that he sort of distilled some of them who were involved in illegal mining.
I think there are still a lot of people who are involved in this.
Well, you know what I'm curious about? What could embolden these guys to actually go to?
They're looking for money. What has emboldened them to go to Anglo Ashanti? It's the same thing that has emboldened them to go to Otumfuo's mining concession, to want to take over. The huge appetite for money is what is, and then the thinking that, look, we are in government. This day, if you go into it, this time you won't get any MPP member doing galamsey.
Are you sure?
Oh no.
But we cannot say for
I'm telling you,
that they are NDC.
They are just a few.
But I'm just saying, the story doesn't say they are NDC.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just telling you on authority that this time, those who are going to deeply get involved in galamsey are not going to be MPP people.
Wait, what are you inferring that from?
I'm inferring because my inference has to do with they knowing very well that there won't be somebody to protect them.
No. So are you alleging that during the MPP time, no NDC member engaged?
Very few. That's why you see them going there and preaching to the people that, look, when we come, we're going to make sure you are able to do this, you are able to do that, you are able to do that. Meaning that those who are benefiting are not MPP people, indirectly. That is the message. But today, and those days that you people were even airing and bringing out the fight, those who were involved in galamsey, how many of them were NDC people? Those top guys that you people were talking about, how many of them were NDC people?
But the top guys, do you even mention?
Oh, obviously.
Okay.
All those. You cannot run away. These are facts that are there. Are you getting me?
True.
These are facts that you cannot run away. Very soon, when you start, you will see that it will be big fish from the NDC that you will be seeing. It means that people are giving unnecessary protection to crime. That's what I'm talking about. People hide under MPP, they hide under NDC, and they commit crime. And we are quick to protect them. That is the nerve, that is the audacity that has given them that kind of this to go to Ashanti Hini's concession to attack it. With the issue about the first imam shot dead. Is it a good thing?
Oh well.
Maybe off camera, I would have said different thing.
Really?
Yes. Off camera, I would have said a different thing. But now that we are here, I pray that they don't kill people who are involved. It's a human rights issue. And you know Islam.
Now I'm curious to know what you would have said off camera.
Yeah, don't worry. Islam. There is one thing about Islam that I love so much. When they dislike something, they dislike it. They will not put a human face to it. They will never put a human face to it. Whatever you do, if it will take him to die, he will die for it. That spirit is in Islam. So you see that the man who is shot dead is a Muslim.
The very first to be openly gay as an imam. Muslim. Right.
They shot him dead.
Ah, well, our sympathies to the family of this man.
Exactly. That's the little I'll talk about.
Let's do some other stories. Could you? Yeah,
let's do the daily graphic now. And Africa must be self-reliant in financing development, according to President Mahama. Dame criticizes court case withdrawals by AG. 159.9 million cedis teacher training allowances for 2023-2024 unpaid. Aftermath of government directive, minority condemns job terminations, but majority leader says government stands by decision. Let's start with this particular story. It says the heads of state institutions have annulled the appointment and recruitment of all persons who were employed into public services after December 7, 2024. And the minority leader, Alexander Feomaking, has told Parliament, now he said those who were dismissed were issued with termination letters to go home in compliance with a directive from the office of the president for such appointment to be revoked. The minority leader said a letter dated February 10, 2025 entitled Revocation of Appointment and Recruitment made after December 7, 2024 required heads of state institutions to take the necessary steps to annul such appointment or recruitment and submit a comprehensive report on the actions taken to the office of the president by February 17, 2025. And he is asking questions why such people are being made to go home. He says the appointment is a process, and that even if the person received the appointment letter on this after December 7, it doesn't necessarily mean that the appointment was started on that same day, and so he doesn't understand why these people are being made to go home. He cites a reason that President Mahama gave some time ago, quote, "Bad precedent of our governance, mass sacking of workers by the New Patriotic Party government is unacceptable. These workers are all citizens and like all Ghanaians have rights which must be protected," unquote. He quoted President Mahama as saying.
Yes.
So it means that there was a precedent. The President Mahama spoke against it. That do not do that. You did it.
We didn't do it.
What do you mean by you didn't
We
do
did
it?
not do this. I think that as a nation, it shouldn't be.
You remember Osafo Maafo said
Osafo Maafo just
all the appointment that
yes, there was a question at
there.
vetting. It was a question that somebody asked during vetting, and he was expressing his opinion. It was an opinion expressed. So people should not use that one as a basis.
Okay.
And for that matter, the two of us, or the three of us, including Madam, we should all be condemning this. Because it is not a good practice. I remember, even on the campaign platform, whether it was a question or it was self-inflicted by he himself, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, where he said the MPP is going around saying that if they vote for him, he will come and sack those that they've been employed, those that have been employed. So he wants to categorically let them know that he's not going to sack a single person because we are all Ghanaians. What he can do is to open more job opportunities and employ more people.
24-hour economy.
That's what he said. Now you come to office within 2 months. Official, this one is not even a question that somebody asks you. You've made your chief of staff to write letter to revoke all appointments that were done after December or December 7th.
After December.
Is that a kind of resetting that he's coming to do for us? Assuming without admitting that even some guys or some people were sacked after they left office. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government decided to sack some people. Is it a good practice? He has condemned it, and he shouldn't do this. There is one thing that we all must know. Appointments don't just start one day. Financial clearance is given. Processes are gone through before somebody eventually gets an appointment. So, if you are withdrawing or you are terminating these appointments, are you telling us that those people were not properly employed by the system? Was it illegal? Did they not have financial clearance? All this explanation has not been given. And I sincerely believe that if you look at this health workers.
Felix Kwachofosu spoke to us last week.
Did he say they didn't have financial clearance?
He mentioned several irregularities.
No, what do they call irregularities? What is the meaning of that?
Well, he broke it down. I think you need to get, there are conditions that have to come for you to be admitted. He says in all of the instances, either there is one or two irregularities associated with that.
Some didn't even apply, but they got the appointment.
Some did not even apply.
Nobody applied. There are some groups who didn't apply at all, but they got appointed.
Yeah. So why are they terminating everybody's appointment?
Well, he said, we posed this question.
I agree. So why are they terminating?
So why is it irregularity? He said there is no single one.
So all those people never had. If you take the nursing, the midwives, and then the nurses, you see, they are done according to the years.
Yes.
Okay? So, between 2018, you have your year group, you are given clearance, and then you are employed. Come to 2019, you are given financial clearance, and then you are employed. You come to 2020, you are given financial clearance, and you are employed. You come to 2021, same is done. Okay? So, somebody doesn't need to even says that somebody did not apply and the person was employed. Because with the health sector, these things are done according to your year. So if you get financial clearance for 2020 badge They are all supposed to go through. So where is those irregularities that the person is talking about? If it is about the police people or what is it, the recruits that they are doing, financial clearance is given to the interior minister. And if you look at the backlog of people who applied and wanted to join the police, the fire service or the immigration, there are huge backlog of persons. So are you now also telling me that those people that you claim they are some kind of irregularities, they are not Ghanaians, so they don't need employment?
In fact, Godfrey just drew my attention to something, and that's a question I want to pose to you. It's about the financial capacity of the economy. You know, do we have the capacity to, handle these all last-minute employments, considering it's a new administration?
What is last minute?
They are trying to cut costs and all that.
That's one thing I've always been. If you've been praying to God to give you a child, and at your old age God has given you a child, you don't like that child.
It's money.
No,
You're talking about
that's
money.
what I'm saying, that the people have been given financial clearance.
Resetting agenda. We're trying to reduce costs. There's so many things that...
Well, so are they telling us? We are all waiting, We are all waiting.
Yeah.
That we are all waiting. If they are claiming that they don't have the capacity, they don't have the capacity to accommodate those people, are they telling us that between now and the close of the year, government is not going to employ anybody? Is that what they are telling us? Well, we will monitor. This country, you can't hide anything. If they don't have financial capacity, we will look at it. Those that they find, whether they will bring in new persons or government will not employ for the whole year. But I'm telling you it's not true. Because for a ministry to give financial clearance to another ministry tells you that the economy is capable of paying these people. So they cannot come and say that they don't have money. What do you mean by they don't have money?
But we all know the kind of economy we are in. We've been through a lot and we were recovering. Even as of 2024, your finance minister told us we were recovering.
Yes.
So even
and there are positive indications that we are recovering.
But the government says that, we are now recovering. You can't burden us with the number of...
I'm just telling you that
left us with.
The fact that we are recovering doesn't mean that people who are qualified and have been put to work, you just come one day and revoke their appointments. Who told you that the financial clearance that they've given, there's no money to pay these workers? In any case, when MPP came, and there was that kind of thing that they keep talking about, those particular employments were suspended. The suspension came from the Minister of Health. He wrote a letter to suspend the recruitment because there was no financial clearance. So those people, immediately financial clearance was given. The people were re-engaged. They were not fired. It's not like this kind of practice. So if you knew that you didn't have financial clearance, suspend it. Let it hang. So that in the next recruitment you are going to do, you will recruit these people. But you don't sack them and let them go home. Then you open another chapter for your foot soldiers. So that when they are gone, you come and replace them with your food soldiers.
Well, according
and then
to
you say that you don't have
when the time comes that they have to employ, these people have the chance to apply.
No. It's not the same thing. I have got an employment under a government. You come and you sack me. And then you now come and open opportunity for everybody to apply. What is the guarantee that I'm going to secure that job again? What is the guarantee? You see, and these people they fired. Who told you they are MPP people?
No, but if they are qualified,
I'm talking about these nurses.
Yes.
Are they not qualified?
No, but you made it was a general statement. I'm saying that if they are qualified, then they should be able to get employed back into wherever they were because they are qualified for the position.
My brother, you and I know that if it is about the qualification to secure a job in this country, there are thousands of people who are qualified. But the gate to enter is a narrow gate. So it's not everybody that can go through that gate. So if you are fortunate and you go through that gate and somebody terminates that appointment and tells you, my brother, come back, my sister, come back, come and join the queue, it's not going to be an easy task for you. So for them, what they should have done as a government is to make sure that they suspend those people if they think that those people don't have financial clearance and leave them hanging. When there is financial clearance, those people are given the priority, and then you follow suit. That was what the MPP government did. They never came and then decided that, look, we have revoked all appointments, so everybody go home. And then when they open appointment, these people, they are just trying to rationalize it, and then very few days to come, they will try to put their own people there. That's what they want to do. And we'll see it. Madam, we'll come here and talk about it. And when the opportunity comes, don't hide it. Let everybody know that that's what they are doing.
Anyway.
There's just some more stories.
You don't agree with me?
Well, you said they didn't do that, but I'm just trying to remember the facts before I say something. Could you do you remember that letter from when the NPP took over? They did a similar thing, did they not? About revoking all the appointments.
It was not revoked. It was suspension. I can even get to the letter.
Yeah, so let's just hold on.
I'm
sure your people are searching. They will give it to you.
We'll try and get it.
Yeah.
No, we didn't do that.
Okay.
If you go to Daily Graphic, page 13, it says, President John Dramani Mahama has emphasized the need for African countries to mobilize more domestic resources to reduce their dependence on external financing and achieve sustainable growth. He stated that Africa's economic journey had demonstrated resilience in spite of the numerous challenges, with projections indicating a recovery in growth to 3.7% at the end of 2024 and 4.03% at the end of this year. Quote, this optimistic outlook highlights the inherent strength of our economies and the effectiveness of policy interventions, unquote. President Mahama, who is the champion of African Union financial institutions, stated. Why is it that? Okay, first of all, how can we make this work? Taking into cognizance the fact that, African presidents past have all been talking about how Africa can be self-dependent, but then we leave at that, talking, nothing more. How can we make this work?
We talk more than we implement. We have very good ideas, but when it comes to implementation, for some strange reason, we are very poor in implementing. This thing, I'm sure from the time you entered secondary school, you read a lot about how we can become self-reliance. Everybody, if it's about economics, it's what you grow, let's develop our industries, create an enabling environment for privacy. All these things we talk beautifully. But what I have seen is that we have a lot for foreign tastes.
Yeah.
That's one of our biggest challenge.
That's true.
We have taste for foreign. Everything foreign.
We have taste for foreign, or we are not producing the quality that we want, and so we have to look outside.
What is quality?
It's a valid question, because mostly the locally produced things, when you compare them to international, it's a question of quality and standards, right? So are we equipped to match the international or the global standards that we have developed a taste for?
We must start somewhere. Okay? That is the problem. We are quickly to justify that the standards. You see, Ghana you can't compare what we produce in Ghana currently to what Chinese does. They started somewhere. And they've managed to put every Chinese to the tax that, look, whether it's good or bad, please make do with this. Because it is from there that we can polish. You don't expect rice grown in Tamale or Savannah to taste like the perfume rice you are looking for. You cannot straight away get it, because it is when we start to consume that there will be markets. And then when there is market and the producer keeps producing, they can expound. And then from there they move ahead. But if we decide from the one that we want taste, if we want taste now, obviously you wouldn't consume what we are producing in this country.
We are over 60 years old. You say we have to start from somewhere. There was a time in this country where we were consuming our own produce. Yes. Correct?
Yes.
So 60 years on, what happened? That we have to now start from somewhere.
That's what I'm saying, that we have developed a huge taste for foreign products. Today, as you sit here, madam, if you go and they give you some local rice, you may not eat it. Are you getting what I'm saying? So if you don't eat, I decide not to eat. My brother decide not to eat. What happens to the producer, the local producer? In a year or two, that company will fold up. Okay? And because we don't consume much, they don't get what we call economy of scale. So a little thing they produce, just one commodity, the price will be too high for you to buy. So they now tend to say, oh, things you produce in this country, the prices are what? High. Just because they are not producing in larger quantities. So it is a good call. Are you getting what I'm saying?
When he said he came to the rice production, you know me, I work for a rice production company. And what he's saying is so true. that because we're not producing on that large scale, then when you take one, even that, sometimes our 5 kg could be like, say, 90 cedis. The one from outside, some of them could be as high as 250. The Ghanaian will buy that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you compare our quality to theirs, if they don't tell you our rice is Ghana, you might not know.
No.
Really?
Yes. But some people, because it is called, I don't want to mention the name, but because it's, and he or she knows it's from foreign, 250, he or she will go and buy it. And when they say, oh, Ghana rice is, oh, Ghana, why is Ghana rice 90 cents?
I've eaten some Ghana rice before.
Yes.
No.
It's
not all that. You see, they are in varieties.
Now, a lot of the Ghanaian producers, we've invested into machinery. So we are able to, the stone, I mean, some time ago, our issue was that there were a lot of stones in our rice.
Yeah.
Today, you won't get a lot of Ghanaian rice with stones in them. We've invested in machinery. So with the stone, we remove those that have discolored, we remove them. So you find quality, well, treated Ghanaian rice. And when you consume it, and they are fresh. But the Ghana person will ask you, why is Ghana rice 90? He or she has forgotten that we are paying same taxes here, consuming same electricity, using, so our rice will probably sell like that.
Yes,
and you have to support us.
You have to.
Yesterday, I was driving on the Agoran Kwantata Kradi Road. The contractor, Jasmo, has brought in a lot of Chinese who are helping him to construct a road the way we've not, it's not usual with Ghanaian contractors. And I tell you what, it's because China took time to use their own things, make mistakes, correct them, develop them, and today they are where they are that we need them to help us build our country.
Okay.
Why can't we do the same?
Why?
Why can't Africa do the same? Make your mistake, close your economy.
Yes, that's the only way you can
mistakes,
progress.
correct them. And then in 20, 50 years' time, our generations yet to come will come and inherit an Africa that is self-dependent. Yes. But if we continue doing talk as we did, look, President Akufo-Addo in his last years mentioned that African countries will have to develop our own rating agencies.
Yeah.
What have we done?
Nothing.
We always reduce our stuff.
That is one thing.
The question, based on what everything, so what I'm hearing is that we are making progress. We started somewhere. It's getting better. But the question, on my mind is it a leadership problem? Because if the leaders were putting the right instruments in place, wouldn't this have been a history that we are
There is something that I think that maybe in their certain agenda, I want to see this thing. And previous government, they couldn't do much. Why can't we say, look, all state institutions, secondary schools, wherever we cooking, must patronate or patronize locally produced rice. It's a deliberate policy.
Yeah.
Look, take it or leave it. The children may eat it or may not eat it. That is the policy.
Oh, they will even love it.
So nice. So all state institutions, if there are state functions, whoever is going to cook, this is where we want you to take the rice. There must be conscious efforts to support the locally producing companies.
Yeah.
All secondary schools supply them rice from. What is your company?
You want me to mention my
Oh yes, you are a Ghanaian. You should be able to do that. But you know the challenge here.
Yeah.
Immediately you also start this policy. All those people who are importing rice, you become an enemy to them. What kind of country is that? Those who are importing, you now become an enemy. So if you have few people who are within your party colors and that's what they do, they will not give you opportunity. You see, we all of us, we have a problem.
So it's not just
sometimes it's not about but leaders are also picked out of the people. So sometimes when we speak as if leaders are so special, we are the same people. We pick them from the same group.
Our leaders are in fact a reflection of who we are.
Exactly. So sometimes they will speak as if that.
No, aren't you rather a reflection of who our leaders are?
No, I think it's the other way around.
Really?
Well, chicken and
yes,
because we elect them. We elect them from amongst us. So they become our reflection.
So sometimes this issue, we talk big, brilliant idea.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if a government for even 2 years, 3 years, you're able to start some of these things, you wouldn't need anything from the IMF. You will not.
Hopefully we'll get there one day. Let's make
let's see. You see, it's a conscious effort. Do you know one thing? Do you know that everywhere you go in this country, there's a Chinese restaurant?
Charlie.
Do you know that?
Everywhere, but I don't have it in mind. I'm going to answer.
Oh, no. How many Chinese at your place?
Most places, not everywhere.
We don't have so many.
Okay.
I don't
everywhere
think we have
everywhere is too ambiguous.
Yeah.
Let me say most places.
Okay.
There is where they have a Chinese population.
Cities.
Where they have a Chinese population. There is a Chinese restaurant. Because they will make sure that all those Chinese people, that's where they are going to eat from. Why are we not able to do that?
Yeah, these days not just Chinese. We have Turkish. We have everyone has their own restaurants and cafes.
And the people go there and buy those kind of food. But my sister, we will not do that.
Ah well. Let's make
this Valentine, I'm sure they took you to Chinese restaurant.
Who?
Oh, my friend.
I ate Ghana chocolate.
Instead of taking you to Chop Bar where there's fufu and other thing, your friend will not go.
Like you said, I have
taste for foreign.
Taste.
How to know? That's the problem.
So when you go to the market, you can look for EVV. That's my rice.
Vivi.
EVV.
EVV. Oh, sweet.
Let's get one.
Yes, EVV.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's get some.
I will get it. And I'll try. And then I'll come here and then.
Try it. It's lovely. Okay. You'll love it. Yeah.
I have some. The Daily Searchlight. Let's get through this one quickly. Education. Kids walk 10 miles to school. That's tragic. On the funeral attack, Oman Boedi and Kwabena Sechi implicated. Honorable Elvis Ifriankwa advocates for STEM education to drive Ghana's industrialization. Ofinso could be the next Bawku as youth chase out Oman Hene out of town. Let me start from there. Otumfo's Neil Carter, who thought that sounds like an opinion piece, but who thought he had gotten a throne on a silver platter, met the wrath of the youth of Ofinso on Thursday at the Ofinso Traditional Council. The attack, which did not spare the Jasehene Nanakweku Tabi. After throwing the first blow, he was seen almost naked and running for his life from a group of women who managed to seize his traditional clothes and sandals. Wow.
What was the cause?
The youth noted that justice is being denied 3 years after the filing of a dispute by a Shrem royal family at the regional House of Chiefs. They said that since filing the petition, it has not received any day sitting. So it looks like they're looking for some sort of retribution for a crime committed. According to the youth, they went on a rampage. The Ashanti Regional House of Chiefs have intentionally turned deaf ears to the hearing of a pending dispute, which will bring them the everlasting peace for their development needs in the area. Well, it doesn't get.
It's unfortunate.
It's not in your hands.
But it's not for you cannot take the law into your own hands. It's a very bad thing. But you know, the youth of today are very impatient. I don't know why it is so. We are very quick to take the law into our own hands. Very, very quick. If you try, they can even lynch you within the shortest possible time.
Has it always been this way?
That's what I'm saying. The youth, it is not a good practice. It's not a good practice. And those of you who have the opportunity all the time to speak to the masses, we must try to condemn this. You see, you cannot take the law into your own hands. He's a chief. And by even this act, it means they've distilled him.
Yeah. If they remove his traditional
If they remove your traditional cloth, it means your sandals and everything, and almost leaving you naked.
Yeah.
You cannot become a chief again because you've been exposed.
Unfortunately, our time has run out. But if you could just walk us through the headlines on
digital economy, no longer a luxury, Baumia. That's what he said.
Okay. Let's end it there. Could you any headlines?
Oh, no, that's fine.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for joining us to review the newspapers. Our guest today, Matthew Nyindam, Member of Parliament for Pandai. Do stay with us. Sports comes up next on the AM show. We'll be right back.